Drag is an art form.
Drag is gender affirmation.
If you don't accept it, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it.
I am Randy Andy. I am a drag king. I have been performing, it will be 23 years in July. I am a producer, a mentor, a kingmaker, a house leader, and a drag daddy. Most of my drag is very story-based. I always have a narrative and there's complexity to it. I got started in Seattle, Washington, even though I actually grew up here in Rhode Island. Before drag, I was a jock. I had no interest in anything having to do with theater, and I found out about drag kings, and I was like, this calls to me. I want to do this. Because I was who I was this genderqueer little tomboy. I didn't have any experience with makeup. I had to figure out how to put on a beard. This kind of thing didn't even exist then. Drag was the place that let me fucking figure out the beauty of my own contradictions. I do a lot of drag where I'm not compressed or I'm not strapped down, and that's super affirming for me to really push and read super masculine. Some of the words when I first started doing drag didn't even exist, right? Like some of the ways that I identify, those words didn't exist when I first came out, genderqueer being the big one for me. So drag as a platform in my world has always been a platform for the queer community. So I want to say that up front, because then when we start getting into the kind of the complexities of drag and gender and all the rest of it, these people that are doing what they're doing out there are trying to strip this stuff down into these simple categories and then cause great harm. These laws that are coming through are horrifying, right? They're part of a bigger picture. They're part of a all-out campaign to eradicate trans people in particular, but anybody who doesn't fit into the gender binary. I'm worried about young people's suicide rates and trans people's suicide rates in general going through the roof again. Then the drag bans are just one more way to kind of push that fascist desire, and that is one more way that they're destroying affirming space. Some of us have been working very, very hard to rip down the gatekeeping that has traditionally been part of especially more mainstream drag. So the first thing is that you are beautiful and amazing as who you are, and you need to be on stage. And that remember the first time that you saw someone that represented you and how good that felt, and that you could be that person for somebody else.
Doing drag is how I found out that I was trans. So I just kept my name. My legal name now is Chloe Development Savage. In drag, I'm gonna show body, lots of lingerie, and I'm also from the ballroom scene. So for me, houses are very much family, and people whose family don't accept them. So I take that aspect into my house. As the mother, I show them the ropes. I'm also there for anything that they need. We're just a very close-knitted group of performers who's always down to be part of anything, charity. You need a queen last minute for a gig, we're there. I feel like nowadays people do drag because they want to go on RuPaul's Drag Race. As when I started, we didn't have those shows. And it was about giving back to the community, which is nice. Drag is an art form, but it started off giving back. Drag has gotten to be a catty thing. They're gonna talk shit about you no matter what. Just as long as you're not a shitty person, just ignore it and keep it moving.